Marcus Aurelius was a notable Roman emperor, recognized as the last of the 5 good emperors who genuinely cared about the well-being of their people. His dedication to Stoic philosophy was a hallmark of his reign. Amidst his imperial duties, he found time to record his thoughts and personal reflections, compiled in a remarkable work called Meditations. In these writings, he shared valuable insights about the pursuit of happiness and a fulfilling life. Exploring his writings, we can absorb valuable lessons for our own well-being. His words echo timeless wisdom that invites us to reflect on our own lives and aspirations. Marcus Aurelius reminds us of the importance of seeking inner tranquility and emotional serenity, even amidst life's ups and downs. If you're here, it means you're seeking the best version of yourself, so don't close this video and stay until the end. I guarantee it will be worth it and will greatly aid you on this journey of self-improvement. Number 1. Seek to build your own character. Marcus Aurelius said that the mind creates its own needs. In a culture constantly bombarding us with the idea that satisfaction lies in the objects we possess, it's easy to lose sight of true fulfillment. When we seek happiness in tangible things, we risk our emotional stability. Houses, cars, money, all of these can disappear in an instant. Our happiness, when tied to these elements, becomes vulnerable to change and loss. Marcus Aurelius invites us to direct our efforts toward building our character. He emphasizes the importance of becoming integral, ethical, and respectful individuals. True wealth, according to him, lies in the strength of our character. When we cultivate enduring virtues like honesty and diligence, we are building the foundation of our existence. Our true legacy lies not in what we have physically, but in the essence of our being. It is the virtues we carry within us that shape our legacy. As Aurelius emphasizes, a person's rise or fall is often determined by the virtues or flaws in their character. Thus, the invitation is clear. Seeking true happiness through the constant development of our character is the road to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Number 2. Stop seeking others' praise. It's common to feel pressured to seek external validation, be it through social media likes or acceptance from others. However, true happiness arises when we develop a solid relationship with ourselves. This is where we start to understand that someone's disapproval is not related to our essence. The key is to cultivate a solid internal thought process, detached from external influences. Accepting that differences of opinion are natural and that we won't always be understood by everyone is liberating. It's not about trying to fit to please everyone, but living authentically. Whether in politics, social relationships, or our personal values, it's essential to maintain authenticity. It's unwise to change who we are just to gain approval. The wisdom of André Gide resonates. It's better to be hated for who we are than loved for what we pretend to be. Living authentically, even if it means not pleasing everyone, deeply connects us with our own essence and values. It's in authenticity that we find the true foundation for lasting happiness. Number 3. Focus only on what you can control and ignore the rest. It's a fundamental truth of existence. Our thoughts and actions are the only spheres we can truly govern. However, we often get lost in complaints and frustrations about things beyond our control. These emotions, like anger, sometimes drive actions in unjust situations, but often they are useless. The analogy of traffic is emblematic. We can let ourselves be carried away by anger, cursing, and honking, but none of that changes the situation. We're stuck in traffic, and that's an unalterable reality. It's an essential reminder to question the usefulness of our emotions in situations beyond our control. Reflecting on the usefulness of anger or frustration in situations we can't change is crucial. We have no control over others' actions or thoughts. Therefore, investing excessive energy in them is unproductive. Instead, the invitation is to direct all that energy toward our own lives. It's a call to focus on what we can influence and not waste emotional and mental resources on what is beyond our domain. This practice of focus and discernment leads us to a more balanced life centered on our own values and actions. Number 4, do something productive with your anger. Marcus Aurelius alerts us to the seriousness of the consequences of anger and the importance of understanding its roots. He reminds us that when the explosion of anger occurs, it's already too late to go back, as we set off a series of events that can lead to regret and sorrow. The ideal moment to deal with anger isn't when we're overcome by it, but when we're in a state of tranquility. It's at that moment that we can cultivate awareness and understanding of the impact of anger in our lives. This awareness prepares us to choose a more balanced path when anger arises. Marcus Aurelius's proposal is to transform this intense energy into something positive and constructive. Instead of exploding in moments of anger, he suggests channeling that energy to create something productive and creative for ourselves and others. By acknowledging anger as a natural emotion but not allowing it to control our actions, we can transform its energy into constructive endeavors. It's a way to channel that powerful force to achieve productive and creative goals instead of letting it destroy relationships and opportunities. Thus, Marcus Aurelius invites us to transcend the explosion of anger, turning it into a catalyst for actions that bring growth and benefit both to ourselves and those around us. Number 5. Negative emotions result from negative thoughts. Marcus Aurelius highlights that the negative emotions we often face are direct consequences of our mental interpretations. The example of John and Mary vividly illustrates how two people can react drastically differently to the same situation. While John sees the party as an opportunity for interaction and new encounters, Mary feels overwhelmed by anxiety and concern about uncertainty in finding someone to talk to. This discrepancy of reactions reflects the powerful influence of thoughts on how we experience situations. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the emotions we feel are not mere reflections of the environment, but are results of our mental interpretations. This understanding gives us the power to recognize and challenge our thoughts, empowering us to regain control over our emotions. Therefore, the anxiety, worry, or anger we face are not dictated by the external world, but by how we interpret and process the circumstances around us. Thus, we are empowered to reshape our thoughts and perspectives, allowing us to take command of our emotions. Number 6. Be prepared for any outcome and act with resilience. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that life is more akin to a struggle than a dance. Being prepared for accidents and unexpected events is essential to live with resilience. The true key to happiness lies in the ability to deal with adversities and setbacks. People who thrive in their lives see adversity differently. They are prepared for any outcome and, most importantly, can adjust to obstacles. Instead of letting failure dominate them, they find ways to make adjustments and see the positive side of adverse situations. The secret is not to let fear or resistance to failure hinder progress. Even in the face of obstacles, they can move forward, taking firm steps toward their goals. Marcus Aurelius invites us to adopt a favorable perspective on life, to see setbacks as opportunities for growth and personal development. He also reminds us of the passage of time, a constant flow that teaches us that adversities are transient. Therefore, the ability to adapt and persevere in the face of life's vicissitudes allows us not only to survive, but to thrive. It is to understand that, just like time, difficult situations also pass. Number 7. Be extremely grateful for what you have. Marcus Aurelius highlights the importance of recognizing the wonderful people and situations in our lives, something we often forget amidst our longing for what we don't have yet. It's easy to get lost in the relentless pursuit of what's missing from our lives, forgetting the gifts and extraordinary people that are already part of our daily lives. Marcus Aurelius' invitation is simple. Put yourself in a position of not having these things and reflect on how their absence would transform our existence. This practice, though simple, is highly effective in cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for everything going well in our lives. Valuing simple pleasures, like being alive, having loved ones around, the ability to love, and enjoying life, leads us to a state of genuine appreciation. By shifting focus from what's lacking to what we already have, we realize the richness permeating our daily existence. This exercise leads us to recognize the beauty in the simple details of life and find satisfaction in the small joys of everyday life. Counting our blessings and cherishing what we have not only makes us feel good, but also increases our levels of happiness. It's a powerful reminder to look around and appreciate everything that's already present, cultivating a grateful heart for every little detail of our journey. Number 8. Tolerance lies in not judging. Marcus Aurelius urges us to consider the interconnection we share with others. He emphasizes that we are part of a complex web of human relationships, and isolation is not a worthy path to take. Looking at others with compassion allows us to abandon the judgments that often accompany them. The ability to instruct and share knowledge is valuable, but it does not grant us responsibility over others' choices and actions. It is crucial to understand that we are responsible only for ourselves. Trying to shape others' behavior according to our expectations will only lead to dissatisfaction, since others' actions and consequences belong to them. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to exercise tolerance, avoiding hasty judgments about others' choices and paths. This practice helps us live in harmony, respecting each person's individual freedom. By abandoning the attempt to control others' behavior and assuming responsibility only for our actions, we cultivate a more compassionate and liberating mindset. This allows us to live in peace, without the burden of expectations on others, and focus on our own growth and personal development. Number 9. The peace you need is within you. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes that the emotions we experience happen within the mental space between our ears. Anxiety, joy, sadness, confidence, and all other emotions are shaped by our perceptions and mental responses. It's easy to forget that we are the craftsmen of our own emotional experiences. Our reactions are determined by how we interpret and respond to situations. Recognizing that our experiences originate internally is the first step to understanding the control we truly have over our daily emotions. Marcus Aurelius urges us to manage this internal realm of emotions. By learning to master and manage our emotional responses, we achieve a significant level of control over our own happiness. This practice enables us to cultivate a state of inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. As we comprehend that we have the power to influence our emotions, we gain a new perspective on how we feel and react to life situations. The quest for inner peace becomes a journey of self-discovery and self-mastery, where we learn to find serenity even amidst external chaos. Number 10. Don't act as if you had 10,000 years to live. Marcus Aurelius alerts us to the fragility of life and the importance of not acting as if we had an unlimited existence. He reminds us that mortality is an inevitable reality and that each moment is precious. The urgency to live fully is evident in his words. If we lived each day as if it were the last, we would focus our energy on what truly matters, without postponing our dreams and desires. Often we forget our own mortality and procrastinate our goals, acting as if we had all the time in the world. Marcus Aurelius's fundamental message is clear. We must learn to value the time we have and start living our lives today. The tendency to postpone to tomorrow often prevents us from achieving our most significant goals. Tomorrow becomes a dangerous illusion, leading us away from what truly matters. Reflection on mortality inspires us to live the present intensely, embracing opportunities and actions that lead us towards our dreams. It's a call to cease constant postponement and start acting in the present, living for the now, instead of getting lost in promises of an uncertain future, is the key to making the most of every moment in life.